All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. And this article caught my eye. Not specifically for mining. I don't think this card's actually going to be, or this GPU is going to be good for mining. But it's making me wonder about the state of Nvidia and what they're really doing, what they're trying to pull here. So before we get started on talking about this, everybody knows that a 10 series is a 10 series. A 20 series is a 20 series and a 30 series is a 30 series. They're all designated by the architecture that was involved in making them. So 30 series is Ampere, 10 series is Pascal, or Pascal. 20 series is what, Turing? Yeah, I believe it's Turing. And that pretty much holds true with all of them. Now, in the past, back in the day, Nvidia did blur the lines between some cards. Like back in the day on the 700 series, like a 780 and a 760 and a 750. The 750 was not the same architecture as the 760, 780, and so on. But in recent, in the last 5-6 years, everything fell into place how it should. Nothing kind of deferred out of that. But Nvidia is releasing an RTX 2050 laptop mobile graphics card, and it's not a Turing architecture chip. It is a Ampere chip, which means it's actually a 30 series card, not a 20 series, but they're going to call it a 2050. I know, mind blown. It's like, why won't they just like give it a name like maybe 3040 or something? If it's not as fast as a 3050, but it's not a 2050 because there was no 2050 that never existed. It's very confusing for me. So let's jump into the article and see what they have to say. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like what is going on at Nvidia marketing? Hire me. I will make you guys some names that people will want to buy. It'll be like, yo, check out the RTX 2069, bro. Oh, got the old triple X Fat Daddy. I mean AMD. Well, XFX used to do stuff like that, didn't they? The old Fat Boys and stuff. Anyway, Nvidia is once again reviving an old name in its graphics chip lineup, but this time it's for a thoroughly modern technology. NN reports that a company has introduced a GeForce RTX 2050 laptop GPU that may sound like recycled low-end hardware, but it is based on the same Ampere design found in the RTX 3050 series. The naming scheme is confusing, to put it mildly, but that does give you up-to-date ray tracing and a potentially more affordable package. You'll have to settle for a 64-bit memory bus instead of the 3050's 128-bit pipeline, and the boost clock stops at 1477 megahertz versus the 1740 megahertz of the 3050. However, you still get the same 2048 CUDA cores and 4 gigs of GDDR6 memory, while peak power consumption drops to a much more reasonable 45 watts compared to the 80 watts of the higher-end 3050 chips. So this is partially meant for an in-between laptop that don't have the chassis space or batteries for an RTX 30 series GPU. But this is still a RTX 30 series GPU. By architecture, even though they're naming it a 2050, it's not a 20 series GPU. Let me just make that clear here. It's just a more efficient 30 series. The company has also revealed 2 entry-level chips, the MX550 and the MX570, although it's shy on details beyond the promises of more CUDA cores, faster memory, and greater power efficiency over the MX450 they replace. The MX550 is based on the older Turing architecture, while the MX570 uses Ampere. Like with past MX chips, these are meant for thin and light portables where integrated graphics might not be good enough. There's another issue beyond the branding, the release. What? That reads really weird. Sorry, I can't math. There's another issue beyond the branding, the release window. Nvidia doesn't expect the RTX 2050 or the new MX parts to reach shipping laptops until spring of 2022. That's an unusually long lead time and suggests Nvidia is announcing the GPUs now to clear the slate for CES in January. Whatever the reasoning, you'll have to be patient if you want a laptop with modern Nvidia graphics, but find the RTX 3050 equipped systems beyond your reach. So like I said, guys, hold on. Let me switch back over here. All right. Well, that's odd. My camera's doing like a stretched widescreen kind of view right now. I'm pretty sure I didn't set that setting. I need to go into my camera settings. Anyway, that's for another video. So RTX2050, absolute absurd naming scheme. It is a 30 series card, but they're gonna name it after a 20 series. Blah 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 blah. It's got a 64-bit memory pipe. It can't mine Ethereum because it's only a 4 gig graphics card. It doesn't look like these things are gonna have a ton of power for doing any like serious mining at all, but it may do a little bit of gaming. So for all intensive purposes, I would love to get my hands on one of these and try it out mining, just because it looks like these things will be in a lot of people's hands. I have looked at the 3050 series laptops, and if they're almost double the power and the same amount of CUDA cores but higher boost clock, they'll get about 11 to 12 mega hash on Ravencoin. So maybe these things might come in at 60 or 70% of the performance. Even at half the performance, you'd be looking at like 6 mega hash on Ravencoin, 5 or 6 mega hash. That's still something, especially if the price is right on these laptops. Obviously, it's not going to be worth it to go buy a laptop to mine on, but if you already had it and you wanted to make a little bit of coin, you wanted to experiment with it, then it might be fun. So anyway, what do you guys think? I think this is probably the beginning of the road of confusing naming schemes with Nvidia. So we'll have fun looking forward to new graphics cards. Who knows? Maybe the 40 series is literally going to be recycled Ampere with just some little bit of upgraded specs. Only time will tell. I doubt it. I would imagine they're actually going to make a real generational leap in architecture, because the current setup just is not conducive for like high production runs. We've seen that already. It's just there's not enough cards to go around. They can't build them fast enough to go around. So I don't know. It's one of those things. I read the article and I get frustrated, and I'm not like, oh, Nvidia die. Oh crap! I just said the D word. I'm not supposed to say that on YouTube. That'll hurt my like the auto thing or whatever. But anyway, I'm not like an anti-Nvidia guy. I'm not an anti-AMD guy. But when they go and do like marketing stuff like this, I'm just wondering who is making these decisions and why. Because a 2050 instantly looks old sitting beside a 3050. It looks like, oh, damn, that laptop's old as hell. You know what I'm saying? That's old. I ain't buying that one. Get the 3050, hun. Put it in the cart. So, I don't know. Kind of reminds me back when the 1660s came out. It was like, oh, 2060, 2070, and then below the 2060 was 1660, 1660 Ti, 1660 Super. And it's like, maybe like instead of RTX 2060, maybe make like a GTX 2050, so it's not an RTX card, but it's still running on Turing architecture. So I don't know. Anyway, this is me ranting. I'm just gonna get off here. Y'all have a good night. Comment down below 2050 laptops. Can't wait for them to come in. Definitely gonna buy one. It'd actually be probably a good option for my wife, because she plays like Farmville and Pokemon on her laptop, and it's just an integrated graphics, so it's always struggling and chugging a little bit. But she doesn't want to step up to like a full featured gaming laptop because she's like, oh, they're too heavy and they make too much noise. So maybe the 2050 is the answer to that. It'd be cool if they named it like the 3040 or something, so that way it's like, oh, I got a 30 series, and then when, you don't get like 30 series shamed, like, oh, you don't have 30 series, shame. And you're like, no, I have a 2050. It is Ampere. I'm on your team, bro. And then they're like, shame. All right. I gotta fix this camera. It's bothering me that it's like, wah. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, 100% honest. I need to take my trash out. So I specifically stacked my empty Coke cans and stuff over here on this corner, because normally my camera cuts off like right here. So I got caught in 4K, HDR, 89 FPS, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's 1080p by the time it gets up to YouTube. But anyway, Yeah, I'm caught red-handed. I ain't even gonna hide it. It's like, all right, guys, welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I need to clean up. All right. It's been fun. It's been real. I don't know if it's been real fun. Only you guys will know. Jellyfish, drop it down below. See you on the next one. Peace.